This is Brianna Kelly.
And this is Marissa Sharp.
And this is Studio 143
News. In this episode, we'll be covering girls and boys track, girls tennis, the musical, Mark's Place, and the bridge.
Studio 143 News.
Now on to Zach to see how the boys and girls track team is doing.
Hi, I'm Zachary Dastens, out here in the freezing cold with the track team today, seeing how they're going to do this year and how COVID has affected them.
So this year, I think I have a lot of potential for doing good this year and possibly beating the school record. I'd say our team has been progressing really well, and I think that it could lead to states and it could lead to some really good things for them. Okay, COVID has affected us because we have to wear masks during practices. We don't know about meets, probably, but
this year I think we're probably going to finish somewhere in the middle of the league as a team, and hopefully I can set some personal records this year for my events. It's been harder for us to do some of the normal stuff we do, just having to space out all the time and not being able to be as close together as we usually would. But other than that, it's been pretty good so far.
For me personally, I definitely hope I do good this season. Hopefully I can beat my sister's record in the 400, but probably not. And then for the team, we have a lot of different varieties, so that's super helpful for different events. And I think that we have good success in the future. So for COVID, we have to test every 7 days, and it leads to a lot of cancellations in our meets, and potentially even more than we already have.
I think individually I'm going to do pretty good. And as a team, we just need to get people here and everyone do their events and we'll do fine. So we just have to wear masks every day and when we run. But during events, like in the meet, we won't have to wear them, so that's good. But just during practice.
We wish the Greyhounds best of luck as they finish up their season this next few weeks. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Zach. I hope both teams continue to have a great season. Now on to Cassie with tennis and seeing how COVID has affected this season.
Hi, this is Cassie Comer, and I got the chance to talk to the tennis coach, Mr. Anderson, and a varsity tennis player, asking them what their goals are and how COVID has affected their season.
Our goals for this season are to be very competitive and kind of regenerate from the year of not having a season. So the more important thing is we're out here, we're focused, we have fun, we learn our skills, and we put up a good fight whenever we play anybody. Well, for this season, we have to test athletes. That's pretty new to us. Social distancing is fairly easy in tennis because we're outdoors and we're far away from each other to begin with. The biggest impact it had was taking out the 2020 season. So a lot of our players are coming back as first-year players. We got a lot of new kids that are very athletic, but we have to space things out and we're trying to make up for lost time. We lost 2 weeks of practice time and we may be losing more, so we'll get through it.
Some goals I have for myself this season are to get better at tennis and be closer with the team. We have to wear masks now, and we have to social distance and use hand sanitizer, and some of our matches have gotten canceled because other teams don't have enough players because of COVID.
Best of luck to the girls' tennis season. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Cassie. Hopefully the tennis team makes a run in leagues. Now on to Gigi with the musical.
Hi, this is Gigi Norcross, and I got a chance to interview the creator of Studio 143 News, Thomas Street. Thomas recently released his first film on YouTube, The Money Tree, a Magnus musical.
So how did you find out about Studio 143 News?
How did I find out? Well, when I started to get into film and digital media about 7 or 8 years ago, when I was at Eaton Rapids as a sophomore, I realized that Eaton Rapids didn't have a news program at the time. So I talked to Mr. Smith and we decided it would be a really interesting idea to start a news studio at the high school. So we decided to name it Studio 143 because, Mr. Smith's room was room number 143 and, the rest is history.
What kind of schooling did you pursue to be able to produce films?
So a lot of it was studying on my own. Like when I was in high school, from, you know, when I was a sophomore, junior, and senior. I was spending I spent my lunch in Mr. Smith's room studying film and figuring out how to work a camera and all that stuff. And then after I graduated, I went to MSU to study film studies. And, you know, it's just been working on film ever since, you know, learning from YouTube, learning from books, all that stuff.
What made you want to produce the musical?
Well, I've always loved movies, but I've also always loved musicals and I've loved music, and I've been writing music for a while. So I decided, well, I make movies and I make music. So why don't I put those two together and make a musical movie? And that's kind of, you know, how the idea came about.
How long did it take you to make the musical?
Well, I wrote the script in this past October, so October 2020. And then we finished it. We released it in the middle of March. So all throughout, it was about a 4 or 5 month process.
What do you plan to do next, like with the musical?
What do I plan to do next? Well, we're going to submit it to some film festivals. If the Traverse City Film Festival, you know, one of Michigan's biggest film festivals, is open this year, we're going to submit it to that. And that's the big goal with it. But you know, we're pretty much just letting it run its course on YouTube, you know, trying to get it to as many people, especially people in Michigan, as possible. And then, yeah, see how it does.
What advice would you have for people starting out as like filmmakers or people that would want to produce a musical?
YouTube. Go to YouTube, just start typing in, you know, how to be a filmmaker, how to work a camera, how to write a script. YouTube is where I learned everything for the first, you know, 3 or 4 years of when I was starting to make movies. So it's a great place to start.
Thank you, Thomas. We hope you are able to make more movies in the future. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Gigi, and congrats to Thomas on his new musical. Now on to Ayla with Mark's Place.
I'm Ayla Warden, and I'm reporting on Mark's Place in Eaton Rapids. We wanted to ask them how things have been going and what new things they plan to have on their menu.
Sweet, my name is Mark McGee, owner of Mark's Place, downtown Eaton Rapids. I want to tell you guys about some cool stuff we've got going on this summer. We just got a new smoothie machine, so we're planning on doing some mixed drinks, some cool blended smoothies, some layered drinks, a bunch of really cool new cream freezers that we've got coming out. We're trying to focus this summer on new, like, refreshing drinks and iced drinks, so definitely check us out. Obviously, we always have food, we've got coffee. So yeah, check out our website, marksplacecafe.com, our Instagram or Facebook page.
Things are looking good, so make sure you come in and check it out. And also look at their Instagram and Facebook page to see what new things they're having. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Ayla. Make sure to check out Mark's Place because they have very good food. Now on to Emmy with the new bridge downtown.
Hello, this is Emily Klein, and I had the chance to talk to Lindsay Zeller, the director of City Hall, and about what's happening with the bridge and how it's being paid for.
My name is Lindsay Zeller. I'm the Quality of Life Director for the City of Eaton Rapids, and right now we are working on the GAR Island Park and doing some construction on the pedestrian bridge that connects the park to the east side of the community by way of River Street. That current bridge has been taken down and it will be reconstructed in a way that offers equal accessibility for all mobility devices. So anybody that's using anything from a wheelchair, stroller, or walking to the park will have accessibility to the park. This project is being funded mainly through the state of Michigan. The City of Eaton Rapids was the recipient of a $2.9 million grant to help fund this project.
Thank you, Lindsay. I know we're all looking forward to see how the bridge will turn out. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Emmy. Hopefully the bridge will be done soon so we can all see it.
As promised, coming up on May 8th, I hope all of our Greyhounds make the right choice to be safe.
This has been Studio 143 News.